In our headlines for this evening, NTA partners with TripAdvisor and Customs Department to join observance of International Customs Day. The details are straight ahead. Good evening and welcome to the Nevis Newscast. Today is Friday, January 23rd, 2015. I'm Donis Wilkinson Keynes. A team of search and rescue personnel are being praised for a successful rescue effort which took place on Wednesday. The team, which comprised members of the St. Christopher and the Nevis Police Force, the St. Kitts and the Nevis Fire and Rescue Services, the Nevis Disaster Management Department, Community Emergency Response Team members, and other volunteers, carried out the rescue of a tourist who suffered an injury while returning from a hike to the source on Nevis Peak. According to a member of the rescue team, at some time after 11 a.m., the police received a report that a party of 5 cruise ship tourists who arrived via the MV Sea Dreamer 2 on Wednesday had gone hiking and a female had fallen and injured her left leg. Following the 2-hour-long rescue effort, the injured woman was treated for a fractured ankle at the Alexandra Hospital and has since departed the Federation via the cruise ship. Visitors and residents alike are again being advised to wear appropriate gear when hiking the island's nature trails and to follow the instructions of the tour guides, as these rescue efforts require the employment of valuable resources. The Nevis Disaster Management Department is also thanking all the individuals and agencies who assisted in this successful operation. The Nevis Tourism Authority yesterday, Thursday, January 22nd, hosted another practical session for tourism industry partners on the island. The NTA collaborated with the world's largest travel website, TripAdvisor, to put on the session. Chief Executive Officer Greg Phillip believes the partnership that the NTA is trying to build with TripAdvisor is the perfect one for Nevis at this time, hence the reason for yesterday's session.
It's a very educational program, if I could put it that way, that really takes them through how they can use TripAdvisor to their benefit and to the benefit of their businesses, and by extension the ultimate benefit of Nevis as a tourism industry. The general concept that the Nevis Tourism Authority has as it relates to TripAdvisor is that with over 315 million people visiting this website every month, it means that Nevis can only benefit by putting itself before such a potential audience. So we want to ensure that as people are making their decision to decide exactly where to travel within the Caribbean, that we have as good a chance as possible for them to choose Nevis, simply because they would have recognized that Nevis has some very good things to offer, and very good things from the point of view of travelers just like them.
The session was facilitated by Territory Manager Sean Russell. He explained the concept of TripAdvisor.
TripAdvisor has every business in the tourism industry, or that is the goal, to have every business on Nevis, for example, every attraction, every restaurant, every tour, and every hotel or small lodging, big resorts on TripAdvisor. They're added by either the business owner going on TripAdvisor and creating a listing for their business, or if, let's say, I'm staying at Nisbet Plantation and I wanted to write a review and it didn't exist, I as a traveler could go and create the page as well. And then what ends up happening is everyone after their stay goes home and writes a review, so more and more people have information about Nisbet Plantation or Indian Summer or wherever it is that they want to go.
Russell says the TripAdvisor is a place for people to plan and book the perfect travel experience.
It allows you to, since you're spending so much money, planning for such a long time, choosing a destination like Nevis, you want to make sure that when you get there, the things that you're doing, the places you're staying, and the food that you're eating, you feel comfortable that you're making the right choice when you spend your money. So TripAdvisor gives you the opportunity to do all the research and pick what you think is going to be best for you. internationally, we have so many people coming to our site. It's 315 million unique visits every single month, slightly more than that now, I believe. But it's a place where everyone trusts what they read. So 94% of the people who go on TripAdvisor say that what they read actually matches their experience when they travel. And we also have 500 million visits each month on sites that aren't TripAdvisor, that have TripAdvisor content. So if you go to an Expedia or if you go to a travel agent's website, oftentimes you'll see the reviews from TripAdvisor on other sites as well. So we're really spread out all over the industry, online and now via television as well.
Meantime, Russell gave his personal impressions of the island.
What I really like about it is it seems to be untouched. And what I mean by that is that there's not tons of things going on. It's a really nice place to be able to just relax, reconnect, and be in nature. I'm staying at Nisbet Plantation, and it's absolutely beautiful. The staff has been extremely kind. So far, I think it's fantastic.
We'll have more local news after this break.
We are the grade 3 students of the Joycelyn Library Primary School, and you are watching NTV.
Welcome back. The Nesbitt Plantation Beach Club has officially welcomed a new member to the resort's senior management. Derek Huggins started in his new role in December of 2014. Congratulating Huggins on attaining the new position is General Manager of the Nesbitt Plantation Beach Club, Alistair Forrest.
We searched all over the place. We interviewed a lot of people, some of whom were eminently suitable, but we were delighted when Derek Huggins, who is a born Nevisian, applied for the role and was totally suited with his background and experience. So, Derek, we're delighted to have you on board, and we're looking forward very much to working with you. And if I can go on what we've seen so far, then we know you're going to go on to greater things. So, congratulations and good choice for coming to Nisbet.
Derek Huggins spoke in his capacity as a senior manager.
I just want to say thank you to the entire staff of Nisbet and the management team for giving me the opportunity to be here at Nisbet. It's a wonderful property, of course, having won many awards over the years, and it's just a really good feeling to be here to work with the team here.
Deputy Premier and Minister of Tourism, the Honourable Mark Brantley, was also at the official welcome ceremony.
It is very good to see Derek, and as you've indicated, Steve Tyson, also a local person who's done phenomenally well in the hospitality industry, moving on, and you taking his place here. I think the management team at Nisbet has been strengthened, and I believe that this demonstrates Nisbet's commitment, its owners and management, to grooming local talent, developing local talent. So I wish you all the best, Derek, in this new role, and I look forward to hearing very good things about Nisbet as we continue to build what is already a phenomenal property. Congratulations.
Minister of Tourism, the Honourable Mark Brantley. International Customs Day is observed annually on January 26th to recognize the role of customs officials and agencies in maintaining border security. According to Assistant Comptroller Roger Fifield, the theme for the 2015 observance of International Customs Day will be coordinating border management and inclusive approach for connecting stakeholders.
We are the competent authority at our borders, but in reality, we just can't do it on our own. You know, we have to have a coordinated approach. Of course, we do agency functions for a number of government agencies, including the police, the agriculture, the port, the agents, and much more. And we are saying that we have to have all on board in order for us to be as effective as we ought to be. Hence, an inclusive approach for connecting not just the customs, but all of our stakeholders.
To mark this year's observance of International Customs Day, the St. Kitts and Nevis Customs and Excise Department will host a week of activities in which they are inviting the general public to share.
On the 25th, that's Sunday coming, we'll be having a church service at the Gingerland Methodist Church from 9 a.m. Thereafter, we'll be traveling to the Nisbet Plantation Inn, where all officers of the Customs Department will be having lunch. On Monday, the 26th, International Customs Day, we'll be having talks in schools. There are 3 schools that are participating this year. They are the Charleston Primary, Joycelyn Libert Primary, and the Gingerland Secondary School. On Tuesday, the 27th January, there will be a panel discussion on our sister island of St. Kitts. And on Wednesday, the 28th, it will be rebroadcast on NNC at 8 p.m.
Wednesday, January 28th, will see some members of staff participating in the department's Officer Exchange Day.
11 of our officers will be traveling to St. Kitts and working in St. Kitts for that particular day. And of course, 11 officers from St. Kitts would be coming across to Nevis and working on that said day. On Thursday, the 29th, we'll be serving lunch at the Flamboyant Home. I think we were there in 2013, and we are now going back to the Flamboyant Home to share with them the residents of the home.
The Customs Department also has plans to host its annual Open Day from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Friday, January 30th at the War Memorial in Charlestown.
We are inviting most of our stakeholders in the police, the agriculture, the health, the port, the brokers and agents to take part with us as we share with the general public, as we seek to educate them and to get feedback from them so we could be educated ourselves. We know that in the general public, there's a myth about customs, and we want the opportunity to clear it up. We want to hear from you, ask as many questions. We have the Asecuda system coming on board very shortly. So we want to share with you, we want to educate you, we want you to give us feedback, as I would have said, so we could learn from you and we could learn from each other going forward.
The week of activities will climax on Saturday, January 31st with a fun day and a beach affair at Cockleshell Beach on St. Kitts. Creative and cultural industry workers in St. Kitts and Nevis will have another opportunity to become empowered with knowledge and intellectual property right procedures at a national copyright seminar scheduled for Monday 26th and Tuesday 27th January 2015. Organized by the World Intellectual Property Organization in collaboration with the Intellectual Property Office of St. Kitts and Nevis, the seminar is targeting artists on the sessions titled Learn How to Protect Your Creative Works. As such, protection for writers would include their stories, plays, and songs, for designers, their ideas, and for choreographers, their concepts. The second group to whom the seminar applies is organizations which work with or persons directly involved in the St. Kitts and Nevis creative and cultural industry. These sessions will be held under the theme Learn How to Support the Creative and Cultural Industry. Therefore, representatives from radio stations will be informed about procedures for paying royalties to rights holders, newspapers about acknowledging creators' copyright, and the police about enforcing copyright laws. The topics to be covered in the sessions include copyright and related issues, enforcement of copyright, the role of police and the customs, as well as access to content balancing the rights between owners and users. Presenters will include Sonia Cruikshank, Program Officer of the World Intellectual Property Organization Copyright Development Division in Geneva, Steve Etienne, General Manager of the Eastern Caribbean Copyright Organization, and Claudette Jenkins, Registrar of the Intellectual Property Office of St. Kitts and Nevis. Interested artists, persons, or organizations who work in or along with the creative and cultural industry can register for free by emailing ipo@gov.kn or calling 465-3916. That's it for this evening's edition of the Nevis Newscast. Thank you for viewing. Good night.